Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the Darrel Long Show, hosted by your boy Darrel Long. You guys already know what it is. Let me give you the intro right now.
Welcome to the Darrel Long Show, bringing you the best in commentary, vlogs, video essays, and reactions.
First and foremost, make sure I'm in frame on both cameras. Right, perfect. How's everybody doing today? Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm sending everyone else videos using my Samsung Z Fold 6. If you guys want this phone, I will have a link in the comments below for all my devices that I'm going to be using throughout the rest of my YouTube career. And I just got the Insta360 Luna, which is right here. The 360 Luna, I did purchase it. The only thing I have to get left is the creative accessories, the wide angle lens, and the extra battery and the carry case, etc., etc. I want to let you guys know we're going to be doing this morning show consistently. I'm going to try to go live. I'm going to do it every single day, and we're going to be doing this morning show consistently. I'm hoping to see everyone here. Right, I'm hoping to see everyone here. Shout out to everybody that's already tapped in and already showing love. We have a lot of news, as you guys already know. Andrew Tate and his brother was arrested in Miami on federal crimes. Right, they was arrested on federal crimes. These crimes include sex trafficking. These crimes include rape, sex abuse, prostitution, and new charges from the UK say that the men participated also in pimping, and they had young kids' pictures and images on some of their devices, allegedly. And they also may have interacted with some of those individuals as well. So we're going to talk about, the Tate brothers. We're going to talk about the situation with Sunny Hostin, and Sunny Hostin's son was he was detained. People was like, well, he was arrested. He's a criminal. He's not a criminal. He was trespassing while on a jog, and he was trespassing on like a construction site. I mean, it wasn't a big deal at all. You know what I mean? But of course, conservatives and people who don't like Sunny Hostin, they're weaponizing it against her, saying her son is a criminal, and she didn't want Donald Trump to step in on some of his friends, but she stepped in to save her son, much like Joe Biden. So I mean, that's what they're saying, right? That's what the people are saying. The people who don't like her. I like Sunny Hostin. I think she's dope. She's extremely beautiful. She's educated. She's married. She's somebody who seems to be an ally to African Americans in this country, and for that, she has no war coming from me. If anything, I'll be more likely to go at somebody who is going against her. That is going against her. Also, listen, if you guys want to support the channel, make sure you guys support the channel by hitting the like button. Hype up all the videos that you guys see on the channel. And if you want to send a super chat, we appreciate it. Yesterday's biggest donor on last night's stream was Lady Brittany B with her $50 super chat. So I definitely want to say shout out to Brittany B for always coming through and supporting the channel. All right. Also want to give a shout out to Fearless Jen with her 2 donations. She became a member yesterday. If you guys don't have the membership link, I will go get that soon, and I will put that in the chats for you guys. But before I get into anything else, did you guys see Supergirl? Have you guys seen Supergirl? All right. This is something that I need to know, because Supergirl, I watched it, and I loved it. My wife, she think that it could have had a few more, well, I think it too. I think that the storyline could have been more ironed out. But ultimately, I love Supergirl. But Supergirl has been getting terrible, terrible reviews, right? A lot of the men don't like a lot of the men don't like feminist driven stories, right? Hold on. The manosphere hates the movie. So as I was saying, sorry, my wife was texting me. I'm texting her right now. She want me to go buy. I'll buy the diapers when I leave and bring them back before I go to Chicago. Okay. Hey, Vixen. So the first thing I want to talk about, which is a priority for me right now, is Supergirl. If you guys don't know, hey, Vixen. If you guys don't know, Supergirl, aka Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, dropped June 26, 2026, the second film in James Gunn rebooted DCU, and it was directed by Craig Gillespie. Now, it was also written by a woman named Anna and starred House of the Dragons Millie Alcott as Kara L, the the cousin of Clark Kent, also known as Kal-El. Did you hear the bomb cherry debacle? Girl, I've been hearing about it, but tell me more in the chat. Post a link, give me timestamps, give me everything. Okay. But let me finish this up. Um, Supergirl is based on the Tom King's comic and follows a grief hardened, getting drunk every day Kara who teams up with a young girl who is seeking vengeance, right? And the movie kind of carries like a Mad Max type of vibe, but just in space. And then we bring in Jason Momoa, also from Game of Thrones, as Lobo, right? Now, the critical reception is genuinely split. Like as I said earlier, there's no uniformity on this movie. Is some people hate the movie, some people love the movie, right? I think that Millie Alcock, who I really enjoy playing a young Rhaenyra Targaryen, I think that she's delightful. I think she's pretty, she's fierce. And this film, like this Supergirl is a film that's not at all like it's, it's not a film that in my mind was molding young girls to hate men, right? It was very, very, very a typical superhero film. She's down on her luck. She has a reason to go out and beat the bad guy, which is crypto, and I'll get to that in a second. And she also wants to protect this young girl. She remembers who she is. She get her powers back. Boom. And it's basically a very good, enjoyable origin story for Kara Zor-El that leans into a very emotional fallout from losing her family on Krypton. Now, I don't have anything negative to say about the movie at all. Outside of the fact that the storyline could have been longer, I would have preferred maybe a 2.5 hour movie, me personally. But then you have people like, um, movie critics who are saying that it was too noisy and it was unimaginable. And I think they're saying that because they couldn't imagine a woman beating on all of these men, being as strong as her cousin, Superman. And on top of that, Supergirl made it clear that she is not Clark Kent. She made it clear that she is someone who would take a bad person's life. And at the end of the movie, no, spoiler alerts for those who haven't seen it. She does just that, right? We have this moment where we think that she's going to be like her cousin because she tells a little girl, don't, I know this guy took out your whole family and he's been causing terror across the whole movie, but spare his life. Spare his life regardless. I represent the House L and we represent hope. Hope. Soon as the little girl walked away, she picked up the sword, stabbed that nigga like 3 times, bro. And the audience, when I was in theaters watching it with my wife, the audience was like, because it was one thing when Kal-El had to take out General Zod. He was about to delete a family. He was actively trying to delete a family. So Clark had to protect that family. And Supergirl, she already had beaten this enemy. He was on the ground, broken and beaten. And she said, nope, this is not it. I put an end to shit. And I think that's why we're seeing the manosphere and other people, in the manosphere really look at Supergirl and they're starting to attack it. Right. So I have 4 points I want to really go over when I talk about the manosphere. The first one is the pre-release hostility towards Millie Alcock. So before a single review dropped, commentary spaces were already going after Millie Alcock, who you guys may remember from Game of Thrones playing young Rhaenyra, because they didn't like the fact that she was cast in the movie, and the kind of pattern of accountability journalism has tracked with other female-led franchises like Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel. They didn't like the fact that a woman could be the most strongest of all the Avengers. They didn't like that. I remember that one scene in Avengers Endgame where it's like all the female superheroes. It was like Wasp. Um, who else? Who else was there? Black Widow was not there. It Wasp, Captain Marvel, the Black Panther girls. Right. It was so like it was all the women, and they just start attacking and shit. The men don't like that, right? They're calling that the woke agenda from James Gunn. He has a female screenwriter, a female lead pushing back against gender norms, traditional norms. You have James Gunn public support for Millie Alcock, who, some people believe that James Gunn is very feminine adjacent in his movies. I mean, look at how they did Thor, putting Thor in tights and have him doing the splits. I mean, this man is literally a god. So, manosphere adjacent commentators are using this as evidence of ideological overreach, right? Independent of the film's actual script or comic book material. Then we have my third point, which is Millie Alcock's press tour comments. Now, during her press tour, Millie Alcock said that she was honored that fans read Kara as a queer icon who doesn't fit into traditional femininity. I didn't get that from the movie. I didn't get that Kara was queer. Baby, babe, can you come here for a second? Okay. I didn't get that Kara was queer at all. Like literally at all. Now I did get that she doesn't fit into traditional femininity, and how could she? We're talking about somebody who's more powerful than almost every man in the DC universe outside of her cousin. And the way that they describe it, she's older than her cousin. She was already training on Krypton. She knows more about General Zod and the histories of her planet. She was not subdued as quickly as her cousin was to kryptonite because she was aware of it. The men don't like that. She represented a character, and this is why I love the story. Supergirl shouldn't be controlled. Supergirl shouldn't be somebody who has to take orders from anybody. This is a young lady who can do anything. And I want that to be represented in the story. And I think James Gunn did a really good job representing that in the story. Outside of the queer stuff and the femininity stuff, I did recognize some of it, right? There were certain parts with so let me tell you guys this, right? For those who don't know, the story is basically because I didn't want to say everything, but I'm just gonna spoil it for y'all. If you guys plan on watching the movie, please just click off the video momentarily. But this is the story. Supergirl is getting drunk morning crib time. She meet a young lady who her family had just been wiped out by a bunch of slavers. She finds out that those slavers are actually a male race of pirates. And what they're doing across the galaxy is they're going across the galaxy and kidnapping young girls, particularly young minor girls, and getting them pregnant to expand their race, right? So it paints men in a brush that makes men look like the only thing that they're focusing on is taking children. Oh, and so Millie Alcock did a press tour saying that Kara Kent was queer. Do you? I don't get that. I didn't get that in the movie that she was gay at all. It wasn't no gay references at all.
They're only saying that because she wasn't exhibiting femininity or feminism. Like, I mean, femininity, like,
It's okay. Let them come. Let them come. It's fine. It's fine, man. So she did a press tour where she said, and she's getting pushed back. I think that's why the story flopped. As far as men taking their daughters, like, so you know how this works. In order for a 13, 14-year-old girl to go see it, they have to go with their parents most of the time. So she did a press tour saying that she's getting the same pushback that Brie Larson got when Brie Larson played. Let me turn on what you call the portrait mode for Aegon. When Brie Larson played Captain Marvel, we knew that she was the most powerful Avenger by far. You know what I'm saying? She destroyed Thanos' ship. She was fighting him, and he had to punch her with the goddamn Power Stone to get. In order to get her off that nigga, Thanos had to use an Infinity Stone, and that didn't even knock her the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So, she is basically saying that, and she made a statement saying that, and I'm gonna quote it. She was honored. Millie Alcock, who played young Rhaenyra Targaryen, said that she was honored that fans read Kara, not that she said that that fans read Kara as a queer icon who doesn't fit into traditional femininity.
Right, yeah.
Now, I did get that from
it. I didn't get that either because I don't look at femininity like that.
He's fine. Let him be.
How the males do. I got that. Like I said, she didn't come across soft, like, oh, and sweet and bubbly and bouncy and friendly. Like, those are all the traits that men would apply to, like, being what a woman is and how soft she should be and being her softness. And
but as I was saying, how could Kara Kent be soft?
Like, what do y'all?
Kara Kent is fighting on a daily basis. She's fighting men she's fighting Darkseid. She's fighting Brainiac. She's fighting, like, how could she be feminine?
Yeah.
What kind of man could she cozy up next to? Right? The same thing for Wonder Woman. She falls in love with Jimmy Olsen eventually as she gets older, but even then, he's at home taking care of the children while she flies out to go save the world because he cannot do it. So even by no traditional roles, she could never be feminine in my mind. Which
not the type of femininity you guys are looking at. Femininity
correct.
Is not just sweet and bubbly and soft and quiet.
The way that the manosphere,
the way that they look at it.
Correct.
Yeah. To me, she was feminine in it. She was a woman in it. She had empathy. She had sympathy. She provided. Did she not? She protected. Did she not? Like, she was feminine.
They would consider those masculine traits. Protecting.
Masculine traits. Those are feminine traits.
I know, because mothers protect their children as well.
And they're young. Like, those are not masculine
correct.
Traits. Those are feminine traits.
All right, you're gonna take Aegon back in there.
Yeah, I need to remember that.
You take Aegon back in there too, babe. I know you gotta go check on the baby.
Yeah,
I'll see you later, Aegon. Oh, babe. They dropped the Doomsday trailer. The shit is crazy. When you get a chance to put them down, come back in here. Put Aegon in his high chair. Put on Miss Rachel. family stuff, guys. Y'all know how that go. So the story ultimately, oh, my fourth point, my last point on this one, guys. What was I doing? Where's my mouse at? My mouse all the way over here on the other computer. Let me take this off real quick, guys. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now, because I have so many screens in here, I'll show you guys my other setup over here. So this computer over here, I can use my MacBook to just control all of them. And sometimes when I'm over here, my mouse, it goes to a different screen. And I just don't need that. I don't need that right now. So my fourth point is Millie Alcox. She ended up making her own counterpunch against the manosphere. She says she directly called out critics as coming from dads or Christians or anonymous burner accounts, which itself is a secondary controversy amplified by outlets like Outkick.com. So you have different manosphere outlets and websites that are basically going at her for being Supergirl. Miss Carmen said, Miss Rachel gonna do it every time. Man, Miss Rachel got a spell on these kids. Man, Miss Rachel got a spell on these kids. Let me show you guys this. The other side of the ledger. This is the part we're featuring for first framing, right? Not everyone buys the misogynistic sank it narrative. And there are counter arguments that have real data behind them. So, for example, recently we had the He-Man movie that came out, Masters of the Universe, a male-led, well-reviewed, zero controversy film, but it also bombed. The movie was trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to download it. Never mind. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna buy it in theaters, okay, legally, and we're gonna watch Master of the Universe, me and my family. But it bombed in theaters just as hard as Supergirl, right? With no gender war narrative attached to it at all. So that's one argument. Also, there are reports that there was a troubled production, right? Multiple tests, screenings held between 2005 and 2006 consistently received only mediocre audience like scores and mediocre reviews. So when people was shown sample footage of Supergirl, they didn't like it. And it reminds me of when they made the Sonic movie and they came out with the first Sonic trailer and people were like, what the fuck is this? So they went back and they changed what Sonic looked like. And I think that was a good thing because those movies end up doing extremely well. Now, I want to show you guys one last thing as far as pop culture, which is the new Avengers Doomsday trailer. 1 second, guys. Till my wife turn on the show so she can watch it. I'm going to show you Doomsday trailer. You can watch it on your phone. Now, I'm hoping Marvel doesn't flag me because of this. You know how Marvel get down about showing their content. But we have to show it nevertheless. We have to watch this. I have to give you guys my my review on this because it's going crazy. Everybody has reposted the trailer. I'm just going to go straight to Marvel Entertainment. And we're going to watch the official trailer to Doomsday featuring the X-Men, Wakandans, every goddamn body. All right, so let's go ahead and break this down. We're going to watch it, then we're going to break it down frame by frame.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter.
I got to put on the background music because I can't get no copyright strikes. Let me know if you guys like if the video says it can't play or something. Just let me know.
Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
All right, So we have our first look at Dr. Doom being played by Robert Downey Jr. I always love Victor Von Doom. You guys who know me personally know that I've always loved villain stories. To me, the villain storyline is what makes the storyline. No matter what villain you're talking about, if you want to talk about Thanos, you want to talk about Lord Voldemort, you want to talk about Darth Vader, they all are tremendous parts of the story itself. All right, let's continue.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
Yeah, Thor scare is a fucking problem. So let's go back and look at some of this. We got our first look at the new Avengers Tower. Okay, that's dope.
I've fought with many warriors in my time.
First look at the Fantastic Four group, and if you really take a look and peek in the back, we see Thor arriving with Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Blaze or Johnny Storm, and the Thing. We see the new Avengers led by the Black Captain America, Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes, and Scott Lang, who plays the Ant-Man.
Far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats.
We see
Than all of
the old Avengers with the new Avengers here,
us put together,
and the Thunderbolts.
and they died.
Thor is giving a speech about his friends dying. We have Namor, who is not underwater. So what happened to his underwater nation? We have Shuri returning her role as the Black Panther.
They died facing
M'Baku along her side as the King of Wakanda.
enemies and threats.
Being surrounded by Namor's army. We have Thor landing on a planet with Dr. Doom. But let's keep going.
That scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles.
Oh shit, Mystique. That's fire.
Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words.
Oh shit. Thor attacking Dr. Doom unsuccessfully. Doom just sitting there like, I don't give a fuck about this nigga. I don't care if this nigga's a guy. That don't matter to me at all, gang.
But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
My favorite Avenger, Steve fucking Rogers, is back. Steve fucking Rogers is back. That means that they might win this one. They might win this one. We'll see. All right, I ain't gonna run everything again, but that shit lit, bro. We got Mystique. We got you know what I'm saying, Gambit. We got, man, it's so much in this story, in this trailer, that when you look at it shot by shot, it's crazy, bro. Gambit fighting, you know what I'm saying? Cyclops going fucking crazy. I'm looking forward to watching this. Hopefully you guys are keeping up with the X-Men 97 series that is dropping as well. Look, I'm trying to do less drama on this show. Less drama. Vixen, do you got something for me as far as Bum Cherry channel? I've been seeing what's going on over there, but I don't have the time to cover it all today. Unless I make $500 on the show today, then I can't do it. Nope, can't do it. Even though I would love to cover the Bomb Cherry stuff just to see what happened. You know what I mean? But no, let's be done with that. Let's go to the Andrew Tate situation and see what new news we have as far as Andrew Tate being arrested. All right, 4 hours ago, we have a video that was released by NBC News. Let's go check that video out. I told you guys yesterday that that this bandit had gotten himself thrown in jail on all these new charges. Why not just stay in the house, right? Why not just fight the case? And some of y'all Manosphere dudes, y'all was rooting for Andrew Tate. Y'all was rooting for Just Pearly Things and everybody else over there and Myron Gaines. And those people turned out to be racist, bro. Like, just nothing else, nothing more than just a fucking racist. People who are talking bad about the black community in the absolute worst ways. And instead of y'all saying that they're racist and y'all have to disassociate yourself with them, no, you continue to do videos with them. Y'all continue to give them spaces where they can come up and say racist shit every single time. That was one of the things that I was like, man, why do Fatty bring up this nigga Myron? But I know that, you know, he brings views. He has a big following. So it's all about clout here. It's not about morals. I learned that a long time ago.
Controversial social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate are in federal custody after U.S. officials arrested the brothers in Miami Saturday. The arrests are connected to criminal cases in the United Kingdom, where authorities are seeking to extradite both men to face rape and other charges.
Andrew Tate now faces more than 30 counts stemming from alleged offenses between July of 2010 and August of 2017. Those counts include rape, assault, sex trafficking, and child pornography offenses. His brother, Tristan Tate, also faces multiple counts, including rape, sex trafficking, and sexual assault.
Bro, this is the Manosphere. This is what the Manosphere is about. It's always been about this type of shit. Y'all need to control women. Y'all desire to control situations and bend them to y'all will, even by using physical force. It was never a good thing, bro. I remember when Kevin Samuels came out with the whole situation of well, if a woman not acting right, you gotta domestically discipline her. The fuck does that mean, bro? What does that mean, bro? What it means is you want to physically harm somebody, right? Go watch my other video I did about Andrew Tate last night, because Milk Bar TV is being sued by Andrew Tate, and he's suing other YouTubers for defamation. But Milk Bar TV is just reposting videos from Andrew Tate's previous live streams where he said despicable shit where he admitted to being a pimp, where he talked about the girls can't get away from him. Even if they try to get away, he has a system in place to prevent that from happening. And then you wonder why you're under these federal investigations as we speak, as we have this live stream. And to me, the fact that the manosphere is not calling this out, we need black men to actually stand up and say, you know what? Even if I do agree with some of his ideology, even if I agree that women are the problem, et cetera, even if I think that, I don't believe that they should be trafficked. I don't believe that they should be physically punished if they don't want to work with somebody. We need men to speak like that now, more now than ever, because we live in a world where people are saying awful, egregious shit and doing, even worse, doing awful, egregious shit, and nobody is doing nothing about it, bro. I think that's a major problem. Like, real talk. But let's go back to this video.
They both deny any wrongdoing.
NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalas joins us now from the UK with more. Danny, good morning. So British authorities are saying that these new charges follow the discovery of additional evidence. What do we know about that and what led up to the arrests?
Well, according to what's been published by authorities here, the Bedfordshire police received a fresh file of new evidence, new alleged victims or complainants, bringing the number of complainants from 3 up to, I believe, 7, and dramatically increasing the number of charges up to over 40. So these are charges that initiated the U.S. Marshal Service to go out and initiate extradition proceedings.
So, Danny, the U.S. Marshal Service says the warrant remains sealed right now. Why would details of the charges be kept under seal at this point?
The charges themselves are not under seal. They are published on the website by law enforcement authorities here in the UK. But it's very common for the arrest warrant for the U.S. Marshals to be kept under seal because when you think about it, extradition often involves fugitives. Fugitives are people who are avoiding justice. So you don't want to telegraph that we're looking for fugitives by filing that in a court document. So
and that makes sense because if that court document had got out, YouTubers would have been all over that. All over that. And he definitely would have got when that he was being investigated. Somebody would have undoubtedly told him, you're being investigated, bro. Might want to duck your fucking taco, because the U.S. Marshals are not something to play with. If they want you, more than likely they're going to find you. And what are you going to do about it? I mean, really ask yourself that. What are you going to do about it? You're going to more than likely succumb to, to their force the same way that allegedly Andrew Tate was making the women succumb. That's just the facts. I'm turning the background music now because they be trying to take my money. Absolutely not. Let's go.
charges themselves are known and public. The actual arrest warrant for the marshal, it's routine for that to be sealed, and then it will be unsealed at the first appearance. It's kept sealed so you don't telegraph to fugitives to go and run and go hide somewhere else.
The brothers are now awaiting extradition proceedings in the U.S. Is that a slam dunk? Does that mean they will go to Britain to face trial?
Legally, it should be a slam dunk, but it likely won't be. And here's why. Extradition, at least international extradition, is the product of a treaty between the United States and whatever country is requesting it. We have a treaty with the UK. It's a powerful treaty. And by the way, some countries will not extradite their own citizens. Under the treaty, these folks can be extradited. But here's where it's tricky. If Andrew Tate has been a vocal supporter of President Trump, and there are a few ways the executive branch could slow down or even stop these proceedings. Number one, the DOJ has to file a.
So I'm sorry to say it for all the Trump fans. So now we have another situation where President Trump allegedly may stop justice from happening when young girls are being sexually assaulted, and there's a case where a man has overwhelming evidence of these things, and Trump want to stop it because he supported you on YouTube? Why would our president be an ally to a man who is harming women and children because he has child pornography charges? Why would President Trump want to be associated with people like that? I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me as Trump fans.
Complaint. It's just a formality, but they may choose not to or delay it. Number two, ultimately, no matter what the judge does here in the States, the Secretary of State has to sign and execute a warrant. And that could die on the Secretary of State's desk if the administration decides these are defendants that they want to prevent their extradition. Now, I couldn't find an instance of this ever happening in history, but at least under the law, it's possible.
Beyond the potential politics of this, we should note that the Tates, their dual.
The fact that under our law you can help somebody just because they voted for you, despite them having multiple different fucking charges in different countries, you can just, oh yeah, I don't want him extradited. But you're not going to charge him for those crimes here. You're like, justice is not going to happen here. So why are you protecting someone who doesn't need your protection? Why? I don't understand that. Let's keep going, man.
Citizens in the U.S. and the U.K. What does that mean for extradition proceedings? Could it complicate things at all?
No, that's least likely to complicate these proceedings. Some countries are reluctant to hand over their own citizens. The U.S. loves handing over their own citizens. I'm saying that as a glibly because really we're very, very open to entering into extradition treaties with not just the U.K., but lots of countries. So we will turn over our citizens if the criteria are met. So, for example, if a foreign country has something outlawed that the United States would never make a crime, that might be grounds to refuse extradition. But the mere fact that you hold a U.S. passport or are a dual citizen will not protect you like a force field from extradition proceedings. Their better argument is that these charges are old and really a pitch to the administration to say, hey, just slow this down and maybe throw up some roadblocks so we can stay here as long as possible.
All right, Danny Ceballos, thank you so much.
We thank you for.
To me, I find it crazy that men in the manosphere has garnered so much power amongst men who hate women, who hate feminism, that now they have power with presidents and senators and lawmakers. I mean, I really find that crazy and extremely dangerous. Like, it was all fun and games when it was all simp guy versus the manosphere. And I used to have a series called The FBI versus the Manosphere. And to me, people didn't want to listen back then. They was saying we was grifting to the women and telling the women everything that they want to hear. And now we got a man that's literally being charged with sex trafficking. The men are not doing videos about it. If this was Meg the Stallion charged with sex trafficking, or if this was Sexy Red charged with sex trafficking, they would have absolutely no problem doing videos about it, talking about how women are diabolical and how women supported Sexy Red and put money in her pocket. They'd probably say that the women supporting Sexy Red means that women help traffic. But they're not going to talk about how they put dollars into fucking Andrew Tate's pocket and that helped him build his sex trafficking empire. Like, they're just going to completely forget about that, how they was over there supporting just pearly things. Meanwhile, she's inviting Nick Fuentes on, Duke, David Duke, and every other racist motherfucker she could find. Can you tell me about why the black community is so fucked up? It's because the moms is whores and the dads is in jail. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What do you think about that, Anton? It's like, god damn, bro. The commentary game is it's so fucking stressful, bro. You feel me? It's so stressful, and especially for somebody like myself, because I take stuff personally, maybe too often. And sometimes when I see certain stuff and see people saying stuff, like, for example, when Tommy said that Lawrence Smith Field shit, oh, she was a black woman dating a white man. Black men shouldn't give a fuck. That shit triggered me, bro, into, spazzing. So I'm trying to work on that now because some of the stuff I see, like, y'all rather talk about anything except what these men are out here doing. And to me, once they start fucking us over, then y'all gonna talk about it. Once they start putting us back in chains, if they ever try to, then y'all gonna want to talk about it. Once they take a young man's life, then y'all gonna talk about it. Like the Nolan Wells situation. Then y'all got stuff to say. Y'all know the white man is trash. Half the niggas that's saying white man is trash because of the Nolan Wells situation are the same niggas that voted for Donald Trump. Most of these niggas are the same niggas that voted for Donald Trump. They don't really care about Nolan Wells. And speaking on that, because I've been wanting to say this too, a lot of y'all niggas should be ashamed of yourselves. A lot of y'all are using the death of young black males to just boost y'all channel up. That's all y'all doing. I seen about 18 different content creators streaming Nolan Wells' funeral, not donating $1, not contacting the family, none of that. But over there, talking about, son, we doing a good thing. We doing God's work and all the rest of this stuff. And if you want to support the Nolan Wells family, then you send me $100. You send me $100. And then we gonna all just, praise Jesus' name. Hallelujah. Lord have mercy. I mean, you can't make this shit up, bro. And I really mean that. You can't make some of this shit up, bro. Anyway, where's my next topic? Sunny Hostin. Where's that video? The men's are using Sunny Hostin situation to try to make it seem like her son was doing something bad. I watched this video a million times, and the one person who I planned on going to, I'm gonna use his video right now. Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels don't like Sunny Hostin. Anton Daniels is a Trump nut licker. Okay, so when it comes with him, I don't take anything he says seriously. However, I did want to show you guys this reaction because it gives you guys insight on how men in the manosphere are thinking about women, about black women, about the law, about how white men with badges and uniform, how they deal with us, with what is the expectations when we're in these situations, and what is the expectations of the white man. I want to show you guys the difference. So let's go ahead and go to Mr. Anton Daniels now and see what he had to say about Sunny Hostin. The title is "Tell Them Your Mom is a Federal Prosecutor." Sunny Hostin uses her privilege after son is arrested. Ciao.
Sorry, you guys running for me? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, put your hands behind your back for a second.
Hey, what's going on?
Put your hands.
Mom, yeah, I got you. Hey, Mom. I'm walking by a train station and this cop is putting handcuffs on me. I got you. My mom's a lawyer, by the way.
That's okay. What's your name?
What's your name, sir?
I'm Brian.
Brian, is that your badge number 2814?
So Anton, you think if your daughter was to get, because she's grown now, so we're gonna talk about her. You think that if your daughter was 18, and she get put over in Detroit, she's not gonna mention, oh yeah, my dad's a millionaire. My dad's a millionaire. You think that she's not gonna mention shit like that? You think that only black people do that? You think that if Donald Trump Jr., you know how many videos I can find of a white man or a white woman saying, I'm a cop, I'm a federal judge, I'm something, I'm this person's son, I'm this person's daughter? This is not a black thing, but I know you, I know the manosphere, y'all are part racist, all the way misogynistic, y'all are crazy. Let's keep going.
Yes. So the reason we're stopping you, this is trespassing right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was open over there. I was just walking on a run here.
Where are you coming from? All the way over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just looked open for me, so I just walked in.
So this is considered trespassing. It's criminal trespass. The reason why it's such a big deal People get hit by a train all the time. We want to prevent it, obviously.
Can you please?
You want me to hold it for you?
Yeah, my the phone's at 2%. FYI. Here you go.
So yeah, so this is considered trespassing. It's a big deal. We don't want people to get hit by a train, which is why we can run it over.
So y'all wouldn't charge him with criminal trespassing, and y'all was concerned about him getting hit by trains. Oh yeah, I don't want nobody to be hit by the criminal. I don't want nobody hit by the trains, my lord. So we're keeping you safe by putting you under arrest. The thing about it, like I was telling my wife, this boy, he didn't even go through processing. By the time the officers walked 10 fucking seconds away, his mom was already there. They're trying to say he went to jail. Where that happened at? Because I didn't see no jail. There was no bond. He was released and given a ticket and a court date to which he's going to win it. It's a trespassing ticket. But of course, I'm going to show you guys how the manosphere / conservative space, how they transform stories to fit their own narratives.
Okay. Do you have any ID on you?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it?
It's in my phone. If you take off the case.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, how are you? This is Officer Gomez. Your son's fine. Right?
Officer Gomez,
How are you?
This is
Yes,
former
yes.
federal prosecutor.
Okay,
That's
fair
my
enough.
son.
Yeah.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yeah.
Hey, it pays to be in situations when your mom is a federal prosecutor. My son is a federal prosecutor. My son just graduated from Harvard. I don't see no wrong. I don't see anything wrong with what Sunny Hostin was doing. He did the same thing that Joe Biden did. Did the same thing that Donald Trump did with his buddies. Like, it's no different, bro. So for me, the way that I play is like I'm across the board. If y'all cool with Trump getting his buddies out of jail when they actually doing real crimes, my nigga, I'm talking about sex trafficking, all that shit. You feel me? If y'all cool with Trump giving those people who was doing the January 6th attack pardons, if you cool with the pardons of the January 6th attack, I don't want to hear nothing about Sunny Hostin and a nigga walking down a back road by himself jogging. I don't want to hear literally nothing about it. I don't want to hear nothing about Sunny Hostin is using her privilege, because you had no problem when Donald Trump used white privilege. Because if that had been a group of 6,000 black men harming the nation's capital or some shit, bro, Trump would have had those men punished. It would have been no pardons. But y'all want me to what? Y'all want black men to look at Sunny Hostin like she's a demon. She's a mother. She did what any mother or father would do in that situation. That's all she did, man. Let's go ahead and go back to the video. Shout out to Sunny Hostin.
He's not a criminal. He has no criminal record, no criminal history.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, I understand that. The issue is, like I told your son, is this is considered criminal trespassing. So besides being illegal, it's actually very dangerous for him to be around the railroad tracks. You know, we get people that get hit all the time. So we make this a big issue because it's a serious
This
issue.
cop is lying. He told Sunny Hostin, we don't like your son over here because people get hit by trains all the time. You want me to believe that people get hit by trains every time they go for a jog near a train track?
People get hit.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you for protecting him.
No problem. Listen. You know, we just have to do our due diligence here. Okay, your son is fine. I promise. You're on the line here. If we do have to hang up, I'll make sure that he gets to call you. So don't worry. Okay, everything.
So let me say something really quickly.
Yeah, break it down for us, Time Dog.
Before we even get started, how rich of you, right? Especially for all of these people that try to make it seem like there is no black privilege. Now, I believe in nepotism. I believe
what she just displayed wasn't black privilege. It was privilege of being a federal prosecutor. She could have been white and said, my child is the child of a federal prosecutor, and the fucking cops would have had the same reaction, bro. Let's stop the goofy shit. She doesn't represent black fucking privilege, because Sunny Hostin is a federal prosecutor, and she was able to get her son some type of leeway with those cops. It doesn't change systematic racism against black people. It doesn't change none of that. But I understand that this is how conservatives love to stretch things and change things and lie to their audience to make it seem like Sunny Hostin is experiencing some type of black superiority, when it's only due to her hard work of putting her in a position of being a federal prosecutor. Because if Anton saying is black privilege, if she had been a worker at Denny's and called and said, hey, I'm a worker at Denny's, I'm black, you think she would have got the same reception? No, she got that particular reception because she's a federal prosecutor. Simple and plain.
Even being able to leverage the fact that your parents are successful in order to make sure that you then become successful also. But his demeanor is so smug, because it almost sounds like, and it almost seems like, that they do this on a regular basis. Anytime that he gets in trouble, he could just call mom.
You're assuming that he gets in trouble. He's not in trouble. He was jogging in a place that he did not know he could not be. He was jogging in a public area. Policemen chased him down like he was fucking Jeffrey Epstein or Donald Trump. And oh, come here. We got to protect you because you're criminal trespassing. No, they saw a black man jogging and running. They didn't know if he was running from a crime or to a crime, because they never thought he would have been a Harvard graduate and his mother would have been a federal prosecutor. They would have never guessed that. They learned real quick though. Oh yeah, you're not taking my son to jail for this goofy shit. I'm a federal prosecutor. So we have no proof that this young man is always in trouble. We have no proof that Sunny Hostin has to do this often with her Harvard graduate son, who is more educated than Anton's daughter. But nevertheless, right? We don't know anything about this. And Anton, this is what I don't like about you, gang. If I got up here and start making up shit about your daughter, you'll get mad, gang. You'll try to hit me with a community violation, gang. But you sit around here on the same platform and you talk about people, kids, and you make up stories and little narratives to try to go with your to go with your ultimate narrative, that you just don't like black women, you don't like Democrats, you don't like nobody against Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And that's why nobody in Detroit fuck with you, bro. That's why you known for what you known for being a fucking loser.
And let me just correct something for those of you that may not understand. And for a woman that always tries to hold Trump accountable and say nobody is above the law.
I knew it was coming. I knew the Trump nut licking was coming. I knew it. I knew the Trump nut licking was coming. Oh, my wife popped up in the chat. Let's see what's popping. Her children are excellent students and excellent children. Her children don't have criminal backgrounds or behaviors. He's trying to paint this young man as a criminal, or he's trying to give the perception that he's been in trouble before. And this has happened before based on what interaction or proof for that matter. You did the same goddamn thing by protecting your child when you filed that lawsuit against Corey Holcomb. No, exactly. Exactly. That's my point, babe. Anton and other conservatives, they paint young black males, ones with no criminal history, ones with no history of drugs, no pregnancies, no baby mamas. Sunny Hostin's son, by all standards, is a straight up guy. A better guy than Anton. Anton never went to Harvard. Anton is saying, well, he had to leverage his mother's success. There's plenty people that are successful, like Donald Trump, that his sons and daughters didn't graduate from Harvard. But because I know, Anton want to go to Mar-a-Lago so bad, He want to go to Mar-a-Lago so bad and get on his knees for Donald Trump that he's willing to attack black men, black women, black children, dead children like Carmelo and Nolan Wells, just so he can make the white conservatives clap their hands and give him some money.
She is a former federal prosecutor. She is not a current federal prosecutor.
You have never been any type of prosecutor because you've never been to college. You have no undergrad, right? And if we really look into your high school education, you was a C student, very mediocre. You would have never been a federal prosecutor. You would have never been any type of prosecutor because you can't be trusted. This is why when the Hudson building opened up in Detroit and Anton was wondering why he didn't get an invite, you're not important. Who you think, you Mary Sheffield? You're not important to the city. You can go up there with Jesus right now, and Detroit is going to keep on moving like it has. Nothing stops. You're not Big Meech. You're not Terry. Nobody give a damn about you. Sunny Hostin on the other end has literally worked for her community as a prosecutor, as an attorney. She's gotten people out of jail. She's fought cases. You have done none of these things. And for some reason, you think you can criticize her? You cannot. You're not in a position to.
She is a participant on The View. Let's be clear. All right. So
you think that that's her only job? You think that Sunny Hostin, who used to be a fucking federal prosecutor, who's worked with presidents, you think her only job right now is a pundit on The View? Child. I get more and more concerned with our black race when I see people like Anton Daniels leading black voices and trying to tell men who they should or should not talk to. It get absolutely crazy, right? Don't go over there because Sunny Hostin has a YouTube channel. You can just go talk to Sunny Hostin. Don't go to Sunny Hostin channel. She's over there and she's a mammy for the Democrats. She's worse than Jasmine Crockett. She's a former prosecutor. She's not a prosecutor right now. Only thing she does is sit around and be on The View all day. She doesn't do nothing at all. This type of gaslighting has to be studied, y'all.
Being able to pull out that card, being able to use that as a form of privilege, which I even hate using that word, but I have to.
No more privilege than your daughter. No more privilege than what your daughter is getting. Right? It's no difference, bro. No more privilege than what Donald Trump Jr. is getting. No more privilege than what Donald Trump himself is getting. He was a Nepo baby too. He didn't earn his millions. He didn't earn none of that. That came from his father. So you can't be a Trump sack licker one day and then the next day try to criticize somebody for taking what their parents built and also building upon that for themselves. That's actually the one thing that you talk about on your channel is you want your daughter to take everything that you have built and go out and build something for herself, to be completely self-sufficient. Come on, bro.
Do it because this is what we see happening from Democrats. This is what we see happening from liberals. This is what we see happening from people like Sunny Hostin and on the.
Here we go. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting my political stuff to basically create a system of videos that go against anti-political videos. By next year, I have 1,000 of these videos up. We'll be in the algorithm. You feel me? That's just what it is. So listen, we're going live every single morning. We're going to try to knock out these morning shows because at nighttime, I need my sleep. Anton Daniels is grifting to a conservative MAGA audience. He's not even just rocking with all Republicans. He's specifically rocking with MAGA. Right? He wants women's rights to be stripped away. He wants grown men to be able to marry little girls. That is what MAGA stands for.
View. And so the officers, to their credit, is incredibly nice, incredibly cool. You know, they're actually doing something and trying to protect him from himself. And that's why they say that it's a trespassing situation.
They was not trying to protect him from himself. They thought he was a regular NIGGA. They thought he was an N-word, and he was just over there trespassing on a good white man's land. That's what they thought, bro. That's what they thought. Nothing more, nothing less. They thought that he was over there in a place that he doesn't own. He has no place being. It was never about protecting him. Otherwise, why arrest him? If you're trying to protect him, ask him, hey, man, what you doing out here? Okay, bro, I'm jogging. Okay, bro, yeah, you might want to do that. You might not want to do that over here near the train tracks. So just go and keep jogging somewhere else. But no, they put him under arrest because they were trying to insinuate that he had committed a crime. They even said it was criminal trespassing. My wife just left 2 comments. She says, Sunny Hostin's accomplishments: 5-time daytime Emmy Award winner, New York Times bestselling author, former prosecutor for the United States of America, received Special Achievement Award from the Attorney General, Janet Reno, and former Assistant United States Attorney, National Legal Assistance for National Legal Analyst for CNN and ABC News. So yeah, this is somebody who works extremely hard. There's no doubt about it.
You know, it is something that they have to enforce as a part of the law, but then it's so rich and it's so privileged for people like Sunny Hostin, who has so much to say about Trump, who has so much to say about being in the Victim Olympics, to then lead with, and, you know, being on, they didn't know, obviously she didn't know that he was already cuffed, that she was on speakerphone, to lead with the idea of tell them that you're a federal prosecutor, start talking about all of his accomplishments and everything like that. It's trespassing. Take your L, you know, go to court. You could probably get it removed and any of this type of stuff. But
you never tell a parent what to do regarding their child. Never tell a parent what to do regarding their child. If a parent wants to defend their child, the parent wants to talk to the police and remind them that they're dealing with a federal prosecutor, so you better not harm my child, you better not beat my child, you better not do none of that stuff, you better not put your foot on his neck the way you did George Floyd. Don't do any of that, because we're gonna have problems, boy. What's the problem? That's a mother lion. That's a lioness defending her cubs. That's it, bro. That's a lioness defending her cub. That's what mothers do. Mothers who love their mother who love their children. That's what they do. They defend their children at all costs. Now, you don't like that because you don't like the fact that she criticizes Donald Trump, but then she also is defending her child. But see, Donald Trump wasn't defending his children. Donald Trump was also defending predators, adult predators, moving Ghislaine Maxwell to a safer facility, a nicer facility where she can watch SpongeBob every day and have fun. Come on, bro.
I hate it when these type of people, and Black people in particular, try to make it seem like they're victims or that they're less than, or white people or the culture. No, they're proving to you right now that they talk about it, they don't really live it, and it's a class war. It's not a race war.
At this point,
Can we call?
We definitely have a race war and a class war amongst us. And because Anton is scheming Black men out of $50,000 a month, he feel like he's a white man now, but he's not. And I don't want a situation to occur where Anton has to be reminded that he's an African American, the same way that they have done Myron Gaines and other individuals. I don't want that for Anton. That's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that we got individuals within the Black community who would do nothing more outside of shame Black people in order to curry favor with white men. And these white men would never do the same thing. They would never come on Anton's show and shame their own race. That's why I'm going back, like, as far as my Anton reviews, I'm going back to the old Lapeef days. Real soon, I'm doing the Anton series. I'm doing a few different series. It's going to be lit, bro. Make sure y'all tap in, man. I think that's it for today, man. I'm not about to drag this live stream out long. I said an hour. It's been an hour 10 minutes now. I appreciate everybody who popped up to support. I had to go into Chicago now and get my work done, make my money for the day. And that's it. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the video. If you guys are enjoying more of this content, hit the notification bell so you guys can be notified whenever I go live. With that being said, peace.